Epstein. In this next video, I'm going to show you how to add an OpenSearch source to your successfully up and running SWIRL Docker. And this is for the Community Edition also. So first, let's talk about this OpenSearch source. We've actually loaded the Enron email corpus and indexed it. It's over 500K email messages. You can get your own copy very easily at the URL here, which we'll also put in comments on the video. We actually have a server up and running in the cloud, so you can see the URL here. I'm not going to give out the username and password, but you can also see the record format, how this data has been indexed. There are many long messages, lots of reply forward content, email signatures, and attachments, so it's very good real-world data to see what your search engine can do. Open source gets it all indexed in about 10 minutes, and it's very powerful and expressive when you search it. Now, how do you hook that up to SWIRL? So the good news is SWIRL provides you with a whole bunch of preloaded search providers. A search provider is a configuration of a connector like the OpenSearch connector, and all you have to do is fill out the form effectively to add the source. So what you're going to do in a second, and I'll show you, is you're going to go through and make the source active. You can change the name. You're going to want to put the URL for the OpenSearch endpoint in. By default, I think it says the localhost port, but we're going to be putting the port of our OpenSearch installation. There's also a query template where you can put in your query. We're going to use the default query string search for this. Another key point, look at the query mappings. Most critically, right, reviewing the index name parameter, which is how SWIRL knows what index to target, and then looking at the result mappings to see how those would be mapped to the SWIRL fields. When you've done that analysis, you can simply fill in a quick line of JSON path. You can quickly fill in this form field with some JSON path, and you're good to go. Finally, you're going to want to put credentials in along with a helpful tag that you can use when testing out the source, and don't forget to hit put when saving changes. So I'm going to actually go ahead and take a look at this now. Here's my local running installation, still running from my Docker. Before I go and mess with the form, I'll just show you here the OpenSearch dashboard. So I'll run a search to get some results. And you can see very long documents, lots of them, and they've all been neatly structured and indexed correctly. So they're ready for search. So now I'm going to go ahead here, and I've made this provider active. Checked, I've put the URL in correctly. I changed the index name to email. I've gone ahead and put the mappings in place. Note the use of the _source field. This is key for any of the Elastic or OpenSearch type of search engines that use source to store the data that's fed into them. And also the credentials here, please don't steal ours. And some tags. So we'll go ahead and put this. Now I can go to SWIRL. I can see that Enron now appears as a valid source. I can go ahead and just start typing something like that, and we'll get results back in just a couple of seconds from our OpenSearch index with lots of results. As you can see, there are a lot of long results typically. It took a few seconds to search it, and here I have all kinds of content. You can see the hit highlighting. I can run additional searches. And I can even generate an AI response from those using the OpenAI key that I put in previously, and summarize the most recent information that's summarized here, including some citations, as you can see. And then, of course, I can start searching for all. I can also go and search all of the sources that I have access to, and I'll get back results from Enron as well as the others, and I can focus in on those. Oh, I actually didn't make the provider a default provider, so it's not providing results when I run a search without specifying a source. So I'm going to change the default right now, and then I'm going to go ahead and just rerun my query. And now I'm going to get results from the Enron OpenSearch index as well, as you can see. Thanks so much for tuning in. In our next video, we'll show you how to power up SWIRL Enterprise using Docker, and do a lot of the same things, but with a broader range of AIs and authentication systems. Thanks so much.